And we are all very excited here on the Josh Widdicombe Show on XFM because for the last few months James Acaster has been being cabbaged and he's got his revenge and he was here to tell us why. If you don't know what it is, we have now what we would call the story so far.
Got in a bed in the dark. Bed feels a bit weird. Got up to the light on, full of cabbage leaves. Just full of cabbage leaves in the bed.
What?
Loads of cabbage leaves in the bed, and then a napkin. And written on the napkin it said, "You got cabbaged." Ha 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 ha. Lol 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 from Mick. I've been cabbaged again. I will never declare peace until I have cabbaged you back. I promise I will cabbage you back one day, and when that day comes, you will know that I am the true cabbager.
How do you feel, Mick?
I don't feel anything.
I turned up to my venue in Birmingham, went to the dressing room, and in the dressing room was hidden 3 cabbages in different places. So one was on top of the toilet with a flag stuck in it that said, you just got cabbaged, have a good show. And then I sat down on the sofa, there was a cabbage behind the pillow. And there's an ice bucket, and I opened the ice bucket, there's a cabbage inside it.
Coming up, James Acaster gets his revenge.
Josh Widdicombe XFM.
Listen up, it's happening. James Acaster has got his revenge. Let's just see who is in the room for this event. Producer Neil.
Present.
Josh Widdicombe, present. Intern Charles.
Hello.
Nish Kumar.
Never been more excited about anything in my entire life.
James Acaster, you've been cabbaged for 2 months, 3 months?
Yeah.
And what's happened?
Finally, Josh. Finally, you're looking at a new man who can hold his head up high, walk down the street without fear of ridicule, because the score has been levelled.
With a 9-year-old boy.
Yeah. This 9-year-old boy, he knows what the score is now. On Friday, originally I was my friend was going to drive me to Cambridge, where the boy lives. But he had to pull out. So I had to pay for a train. So the first of the expenses. I'd like to point out the entire cabbaging cost me over £100. That's probably early doors. I should point that out.
Yeah.
I spent over £100 on cabbaging this 9-year-old. I'm still the winner. I'm still the winner.
Yeah.
Got the train. Got to Cambridge, and oh, by the way, David refused to help me. David Trent is Mick's dad.
Yeah.
He's my friend, and he refused to help me, so I had to...
He refused to help you bully his son?
Yeah.
Absolutely mind-blowing.
Really bad. Well, bearing in mind, David had guilted me after the first... When I got cabbaged by Mick the first time, David said, "Why didn't you cabbage him back? You're a weirdo." And had a go at me and called me weird. So I thought David would help me cabbage him back, but he refused to. Instead, he helped Mick cabbage me further another 4 or 5 times. Now, I had to instead go sneakily to David's wife, and she put a key out for me so that I'll be able to get in the house.
Absolutely incredible.
So I arrived at Cambridge. First of all, I had the conundrum of... I had to buy the cabbages.
Yeah.
And I knew what my plan was. My plan involved
You're not tempted to rent a car?
Well, no,
I thought you were going to say rent a cabbage.
I think we have spoken about my driving history on XFM before, Josh. The last thing I want is to write off a car full of cabbages, and that be the way I actually go. Cabbaging myself to death.
Get a cabbage caught under the pedal, he couldn't brake because of the cabbage.
No, it's a Savoy. So... the conundrum I had was that I needed to buy the cabbages, but I also needed to transport the cabbages to the house.
Yeah.
So I knew I had to get a cab.
One word. Ocado.
I knew I had to get a cab. So I had to decide whether I got the cab straight from the station to a supermarket, or if I went to the supermarket and then tried to hail a cab with the cabbages.
What, you were going to keep the cab running?
The cabbage.
I went through that process in my head of how you could make a pun and decided against it.
You made the wrong decision, mate.
I went in to Tesco Extra.
Yeah.
No cabbages on sale. They didn't have any cabbages on the shelves. I went in a co-op. No cabbages on the shelf.
Yeah, that's because Mick's bought them all to send to you.
That's what was going on in my head. I was like, he bought all the cabbages. What? Hold on, I'm not at home right now. What's going on? I went into Sainsbury's. 3 white cabbages. 5 red ones.
Not good enough.
I bought them all though.
Yeah, of course.
You bought 8 cabbages.
Bought 8 cabbages.
Did you go self-service or did you go through the...
I went self-service with those, and that's annoying because you have to weigh every single one of them. So it was a really slow process while the people behind me saw me like loading up a bag full of 8 cabbages.
This guy is going to enjoy making his own coleslaw.
Yeah. Save me some, make it passionate.
Fortunately, they were all XFM fans, so they were like, Acaster's getting his revenge.
Yeah. It's really got to this guy. Then I didn't know where else to go. I needed more cabbages. I still hadn't got enough cabbages. So I went outside and hailed a taxi. Got in, I said, mate, I need you to take me to somewhere where I can buy a lot of cabbage.
Oh, no!
It's like a cabbage-based remake of the film Collateral.
Yeah. I said, I don't know my way around Cambridge. You need to check. So he drove me to a really like grubby greengrocer. I went in and got like 5 more because that's all the cabbages they have, but they're quite grotty. I got them. Then he took me to a Budgeons. Oh, by the way, every time I'm in these shops, he's keeping the meter running outside.
Did he ask you why?
No, he just went, okay, fine. What the most tense moment was when I went into Budgeons and I had to buy my own trolley. I had to do the £1 thing, and I couldn't get the pound thing to work, and the meter was running. I was just like, oh man. Got quite a lot in Budgeons. After the Budgeons shop, I had 20 cabbages.
Right, I have a question at this point. Do we think that cabbaging is a Cambridge-specific activity? Because at no point has anyone questioned why you're buying up all of the cabbages. At no point has the taxi driver asked why you have 15 cabbages.
In Budgeons,
right,
I did get questioned.
Right, okay.
by the man in front of me, who turned around and said, what are you doing? Are you having a cabbage party or something?
Yeah, again, that's not a thing.
And I said, something like that. Oh, also in Budgeons, I bought 5 bags of Brussels sprouts.
Oh, mini cabbages.
Got in the cab. He drove me to Trent's house. Got all the stuff. Went in.
You didn't even ask. He just knew.
Yeah, he was like, go to David Trent's, yeah? About time someone did this. He's cabbaged me 5 times this week. Let myself in. Went up to the 9-year-old boy's bedroom.
Oh, good lord.
Then
He knew he was going to be out. You knew he was going to be out.
He was out. He was at
What
school.
time of day was this?
This was like 1 o'clock, I'd say, in the afternoon. Then I set about removing all of his belongings from the room. Just clearing the shelves and the cupboards. Everything off the floor, and I moved all of them.
Does he have a lot of stuff?
He has a lot of stuff. He's a hoarder. He's a proper hoarder who doesn't throw away anything. He had rocks that he'd found on walks, and not even nice-looking rocks. He had a series of bouncy balls that he keeps in socks, and I don't even know why that is. A Full Metal Jacket kind of thing. But I got all the stuff, and I moved all of the stuff into his parents' bedroom, hid him in that bedroom. Then I replaced all the things with the cabbages. So I started replacing them with cabbages. By the time I put all the cabbages out, so I kind of like put the cabbages on the surfaces and then peppered the Brussels sprouts between all the cabbages to fill up the gaps.
Right, okay.
I still wasn't happy. I went outside and I got another cab. I went to Tesco. I bought 25 more cabbages. from the big Tesco this time in Fulbourn.
Oh my word!
Fulbourn Tesco has got like loads of cabbages.
Not anymore, it hasn't.
Not anymore. 25 of them in a big trolley. Got them in. Got back to the house. I put the 25 new cabbages. It's covered the floor. All over the floor.
Oh no!
All over all the surfaces. So it looked like a nightmare. It looked horrible. So many cabbages everywhere.
We'll play a song at the break of when you've set it up and before he gets home.
Well, that's what happened. I put all those cabbages out. I blue tacked my phone to the corner of the bed so it was recording the whole thing. I heard him open the door and I hid. Oh, also, I should point out, I put, like he did to me, I put a post-it on the front door saying cabbage moment. Yeah. Which is what he did to me, and I drew up my own sign saying you got cabbaged, spelt wrong like he does, and then a drawing of a random bike in the corner, which is what he did to me as well. And then I hid.
Josh Widdicombe XFM.
Josh Widdicombe Show on XFM. Nish Kumar and producer Neil are here. But
Tenterhooks.
The important thing is James Acaster is here after 2 months of a 9-year-old son of his friend sending him cabbages. He's got revenge. We've got to the point in the story where you got into his house, you left 50 cabbages and Brussels sprouts in his bedroom.
Yes.
You set it up, you removed all the belongings from his bedroom, you set up your phone to film his reaction, you heard the door open.
Ran away and hid.
At any point, did you find yourself, before Mick arrived, thinking, I'm stood in a 9-year-old's bedroom that I have covered in cabbages.
Yep.
What has happened?
Nish, throughout the entire day, I thought, this is the weirdest thing I've ever done, and this might be one of the worst days of my life. Like, as I was doing it, I was thinking, what has my life come to? That I'm not even looking at the price of these cabbages, I'm just ringing him up because I want to get him so bad.
Anyway.
So, press record on the phone, ran out, closed the door to his bedroom, ran into another room, and hid, and listened.
Did you know he was going to arrive at that time?
Yep, his mum had texted me saying, just coming back from school now. So I knew it was coming.
Was his sister there as well?
His sister had already got home, and
she was in on it.
Yeah. So I said, "What do you think about this?" She went, "Brilliant." Just play along with it. She's like, "No problem." So there's a post-it note on the front door that says "cabbage moment," which is what he did to me.
Right.
So I hear him coming in the door going, and his mum, he's clearly said to his mum, "What's that?" And she's gone, "I don't know, have you been cabbaging again?" So on the way in the door, he's going, "I didn't do it, Mum. I haven't done any cabbaging today. I haven't done it." And so I'm in the room thinking, oh no, he's about to have a full-on argument with his mum over this. It's my fault. But he didn't do that. He went upstairs, and then I heard him shout, "What is all my stuff doing in your bedroom?" to his mum.
So why had he been in her bedroom first?
Well, that door I'd left open. So he walked past it, saw all his stuff in the corner, and was like, "Why is my stuff in your room, Mum?" And she was like, "I don't know, have you put it in there?" So I didn't put it in there.
Amazing. She sounds like she knows exactly.
She's doing really well.
She's a real grifter.
She's really playing it. And then I hear him open the door to his room.
Quickly say we have had a tweet in from little Jason who says, "You missed a trick, James. The Brussels sprouts should have gone in the socks to replace the bouncy balls."
Oh.
That is a good point, but mate, if you'd seen what the Brussels sprouts look like on the surfaces, you would not be saying that. They look beautiful. They filled in all the gaps between the cabbages, so it looked like it was pure cabbage. Now, I hear him open the door to his bedroom, and at that point I thought, I really hope he doesn't cry. That was all I could think.
I cannot believe that's the first time that possibility had entered your head.
Before then, I'd been riding on pure adrenaline. I've been buzzing off the fact I was doing it, but then at that point I thought, there's a chance I've gone too far here. Luckily, he started laughing. Right. Walked into his room, and then I came out of hiding, walked in, and just shouted, "Cabbage! You got cabbage, mate! Count all the cabbages!" Really lorded it up in his face. I then sat down, and his first reaction was to pick up his tennis racket and hit the Brussels sprouts at me one by one. Really hard. So I'm now being attacked by my own sprouts. I'm just sitting there taking it. Once he got that out of his system, he was happy to sit with me and admire my creation. Like, actually, this is pretty cool. Well done. Yeah. He gave me kudos for spelling cabbage the way he spells it.
Yeah.
For drawing the random bike. He was very impressed with it. And then he was very excited because his friend Toby would be around later. And his friend Toby had been basically calling Mick a liar for saying about he had cabbaged me and that we talked about it on the radio. Toby didn't believe him. So Toby came round and saw that the room was full of cabbages.
Amazing.
And Toby is, also 9. And Mick's showing him. And so Toby turns to me and he went, "So you filled a little boy's room with cabbages?" And I went, "Yeah." And he went, "Real cool, mate." I was like, well, you're getting cabbage next, Toby, with that attitude.
So, just to draw an end to it, what happened to the cabbages?
The cabbages, I was very worried that I was wasting food. So I had a gig in Cambridge that evening, and I took all the cabbages with me, and I handed them out at the door, and everyone took a cabbage home with them. Not everyone. There was more than 50 people there. One person went home empty-handed, but handed them out. And by the way, it's really weird when you're giving out cabbages to a room full of people, how much people love red cabbage more than anything else. Like,
really?
The audience were really fighting over it. I had Savoy cabbage, I had white cabbage, green cabbage, red cabbage, and sweetheart cabbage, which is like a bit more of a longer effort. And the red cabbage, people were properly fighting over that. Everyone wanted the red cabbage, so...
What? So,
Lovely end to the story.
did you explain to the audience what had happened?
Yeah.
Or did you just silently give them cabbages at the beginning?
I told them what had happened and said, I don't want to waste these cabbages. Please
Right,
take them
okay.
home.
Okay.
It is a beautiful end to a beautiful tale. And with that, we wave goodbye to cabbaging.